And so one of the challenges that we all face is for us to articulate our faith. That's one of the things that happens with TOT every week. It's a group of folks that sit around and try to articulate what our faith is. And then try to share that with one another. Emerson says there is a great challenge in communication, and especially when we are communicating truth. Emerson says it is a question of eloquence. Emerson defines eloquence as the art of speaking what you mean and are. The art of speaking what you mean and you are. And he suggests that there's a problem with this. The problem is that those who refuse your opinion are refusing it because of something in you. He says, the listener refuses to accept you as a bringer of truth because though you think you have it, the other feels you have it not. You have not given them an authentic sign. Emerson says we are not bearers of truth because we have not given an authentic sign. The signs that we give are not authentic. It is a question of, are we credible? Is the message that we give voice to credible? There is a challenge of credibility in speaking. And an author talks about there are three things that often happen when we are talking about our faith or what we believe to another. And the other often has three questions or three things they're wondering. One is, do you really believe what you are saying? Do you really believe what you are saying? The second is, okay, you may really believe it, but do you do it? So you may rationally give assent to it, but does it affect what you do? And the third is, maybe you believe it, and maybe you do it, but does it make a difference? Credibility has to do with three things. As we give voice to our faith, do you believe it? Does it change the way you live? And is it important? And so as we articulate our faith, can we do it because it has touched the core of our lives? And you know this experience, right? You know when there is a salesperson that's giving you a pitch about something that maybe they don't believe, maybe they don't practice, or maybe it's not important. And so how do we articulate our faith in a way that has touched the core of our lives? And if you are articulating something other than that, then is it the gospel? Or is it a sales pitch? Or is it to get someone to believe like you believe? One of the challenges there, and I often hear this from my own life and from you speaking, is I don't know how to go out and share my faith because when I articulate where I am, it's filled with questions. I don't know. I'm struggling to know. And I would offer to say that that is the gospel. Your articulation of your own struggle and questions is gospel. As Rilke said, love the questions. Maybe one of the things that Covenant has to offer the world is not our answers, it is our questions. love the questions. And then maybe one day in the future, you will live into its answer. And now the third way in which covenant might evangelize the world is articulated by Rumi. Rumi says, "Stop the flow of your words. Open the window of your heart and let the Spirit speak." What we may be able to offer the world is an open heart. What we may be able to offer the world is just an open self. A bare, open heart to the world may be our gospel. Your very self offered to the world may be our gospel. Rumi also goes on and says this in a poem called "Like This." "If anyone asks how the perfect satisfaction of all of our sexual wanting will look, lift up your face and say, 'Like this.' When someone mentions the gracefulness of the night sky, climb up on the roof and dance and say, 'Like this.' If anyone wants to know what spirit is or what God's fragrance means, lean your head toward him or her. Keep your face there close and say, 'Like this.' When someone quotes an old poetic image about clouds gradually uncovering the moon, slowly loosen the knot by knot the streams on your road, like this. If anyone wonders how Jesus raised the dead, don't try to explain the miracle. Kiss me on the lips, like this. If anyone wants to know how the shalom of God is going to be lived out in the world, offer yourself and say, 'Like this.'